afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And it's a pleasure to see back on my feet again one more year. I want to make a little announcement. As the job that I work for, Douglas Development, I got an application sent in from back on my feet. So on the first day I got through running and met Gretchen, and she said just go over there. So I went, and Douglas, his staff, interviewed me, and he says, you know what? He says, we got your resume, and if you can do everything that's on this resume, you got a job. Great. He says, how much money you want? We sell that. He said, you got that. He said, when can you start? I said, right now. So I started my first day in my back on my feet running gear, and everything has been happening really good for me since then. And so I've been with him for about 6 months, and now I became a project manager. So I was talking to my boss, and I told him, I said, well, I'm going to back on my feet open mic night. And he said, well, you know, you got to have your own crew, so while you're there, keep in mind that maybe you can help somebody get back on their feet. So just as soon as we get some permits, I would like to have some guys from back on my feet to get back on their feet. All right? Now I have a few of them, but I'm gonna do some real short liners so we can have us some fun, okay? And when I was in 801, we used to tell jokes before we run, and everybody go like, well, why you always tell airplane jokes? Well, I got one airplane joke for you tonight. There was 4 people on a plane. There was the pilot, a computer technician, a Boy Scout, and a preacher. So and they only had three parachutes, and so the plane stalled. So the pilot says, you know, since the plane stalled, says, I must go there and tell him what happened. So he grabbed the parachute and he jumped out. The computer technician says, I am the smartest man in the world. I got things that have changed the history. So he grabbed the bag and he jumped out. So there's one parachute left. So the preacher told the little boy, he said, you know what? He says, I live a full life, and you young, says, and I'm ready to die. So you just go ahead on and take that parachute and jump. So the little boy said, no sir. He said, both of us can jump. You know that guy that said he was the smartest man in the world? He just jumped out with my backpack. Okay, this one is Miss. I have fun laughing at my own jokes too. So this one is this lady named Miss Coffee. So she was flying to London to visit her daughter. So as she was walking through the airport, she had a little time left. So she saw the scale, computer scale. So she stepped up on the scale, and the scale says, "You're 5'6", you're 160 pounds, and you're flying to London." And she was amazed with the accuracy of this. So she put another quarter in there and says, "You're 5'6", you're 160 pounds, and you're flying to London." So Miss Coffee wanted to fool the scale, so she went in the bathroom and took off some of the clothes and came back, and she put the quarter in there and stepped up on the scale and says, "You're 5'6", you're 160 pounds. While you was in the bathroom, you just missed your flight to London." Let's see. Okay, this was 2 friends went camping, and they set up camp, and they were sitting there, and they saw a grizzly bear coming toward the camp. So one of them just reached down and started putting on his running shoes. The other said, "Man, is you crazy?" He said, "You can't outrun no grizzly bear." He said, "No, all I gotta do is outrun you." Okay. Okay, this was this old man. He used to ride his bike every Saturday and go visit his brother. So it always took him 2 hours to ride there. So he wanted to beat the timing. But as he got to the top of this hill, he got exhausted. So this guy came up with this Corvette and saw the old man exhausted and said, but he looked in his car, he didn't have any room. So the guy in the Corvette says, "Okay," he says, "I got a rope." Says, "I'll hold the rope out there and you hold it and I'll pull you. And if I get to going too fast, just say beep beep." So sure enough, he did that. They went to the intersection, and about that time a Ferrari pulled up beside the Corvette and started ramming the engines. So he pulled off with the man and just going in the highway flying. And sure enough, he got to his brother's house on time, but the police officer got there. He said, you know, there's something strange happening today. Said, I saw a Corvette and a Ferrari lost me driving 110 pounds down to 110 miles an hour down 2nd Street. And so the officer said, well, what's so strange about that? He said there was an old man on a bicycle hollering beep beep trying to pass him.